folks, with Hanko Motors again, coming at you today with our latest acquisition here for our inventory. This is a 1968 Camaro SS, and this car is just a beautiful piece. We'll go through everything on the underside, but this car is just excellent from bottom to top. A lot of things to hit on, but we'll try to run through them here fairly quickly so you don't get bored with me. And we'll just keep on going. But starting here at the back of the car, everything on this car has basically been either new or replaced just recently on this car. So again, we have this fuel tank back here, and you can tell that this is a newer fuel tank. No marks at all on it, just real nice condition. All of your hardware, your straps, the bolts, everything like that is all in excellent condition on that. Your leaf springs, the shackles back here, mounting hardware, U-bolts, you can just tell all that stuff was all new in this car. We have a Moser 12-bolt rear end here, and if you check that, if you spin the tires, you can see that that is a locked rear end in that. It has, I believe it was a 342 gear in that, and it's got also, you can see the dual exhaust. That's all new dual Flowmaster 40 exhaust, all the way up through, complete with your X-pipe, even going into those ceramic coated long tube headers up front that you'll see as we work our way up. It's got QA1 shocks on the back, and out at the ends of the axles you have Willwood disc brakes, both front and rear. On the back we have drilled and slotted rotors, and they also have that internal parking brake mounted inside of them as well. All the brake lines, you can tell those are all new. Like stainless braided lines out there that are coated with like a silicone coating. Okay, now we're underneath the center of the 68 Camaro SS. Again, you can take another look there at the dual Flowmaster 40 exhaust on it. All that brand new exhaust piping that's been run, all the new exhaust clamps to hold everything together. You can see the emergency brake cables here also. The subframe, you see the body mounts. I'm not sure if you can see up in here, but you can see it's got the urethane body bushings in there to keep everything nice and tight. As we work our way up here, before I do, the floors are in really good condition on this car, excellent condition. Now it does seem as though there was one floor pan put in, but they used the correct stamped steel pans, so there's no issues there. Everything welded up, seam sealed, just as it should be. Again, working our way up here to the transmission. This is a Muncie M22 transmission, complete with a McLeod clutch arm and flywheel assembly in there, and that's all mounted up to a 355 cubic inch GM motor. And then also another nice feature on this car, this has the Unisteer power rack and pinion steering on it. And then again, it's got the stock suspension arms, your upper A arms, your lower control arms on it, but it does have all new springs in there. And on the front of this car, it's got the adjustable QA1 shocks, coilovers up front there. Finishing up with the underside of the car, now under the front. Again, I just briefly touched on the suspension arms and the shocks here, but again, all stock stamped suspension arms. This does have a sway bar up front. Again, I mentioned before the QA1 adjustable coilovers up front. We also have those Willwood disc brakes as well on the front, just like we had on the back, and those are also drilled and slotted rotors up front. Those are power brakes. As far as anything else under here, pretty much all your standard stuff that you'd have under here. You do have a front air dam on this car, as well as a rear spoiler on the trunk. This car rides on billet specialty wheels, front and back, with Mickey Thompson Sportsman SR rubber wrapped around those. Other things that I can see from underneath here, just to touch on, but we'll see this a little later as well. We've got a all aluminum radiator, looks to be a polished aluminum radiator, dual electric fans. It's got one of those March serpentine belt drive pulley kits on here, so all aluminum pulleys, nice wide groove serpentine belt there. So yeah, just everything is just tip-top shape on this car. All right, continue on here with pointing out some of the key features on this car. Again, this is our 68 Camaro SS. As you can see, this car is just immaculate. We start with the red paint. This is GM Victory Red paint. You do notice it does have the silver stripe here. This is GM Silver Stripe. Everything is all clear coated over. You see we have the steel SS hood here to go along with everything else. Your hood gaps, elevations, all good on this car. You see we got the wheel lip moldings here also. Again, those Mickey Thompson Sportsman SR tires on 15-inch billet specialty wheels. Again, there's a lot of billet specialty stuff on this car, so hang in there with me. I'll try to point out all of it. Again, through those wheels, you can easily see those Willwood disc brakes, the drilled and slotted rotors. Looks really nice showing through those front and rear tires there and wheels. We've got the SS emblems on the front fender, as well as the 350 emblems on the front of the fender. As we work our way back, you see we've got the driver's side mirror. We also have the passenger side mirror as well. We'll see that when we go around the other side. You've got that stainless molding down along the rocker panel of the car. And again, your gaps and elevations on the door, all excellent. The trim up on top of the door, it's in excellent condition as well. No little dents or dings, anything like that. And you have the rain gutter molding also to set that off. So we'll go ahead and open the door. Take a look inside here. As you can see, the door's all finished off nicely also. That same GM Victory Red paint. It's got the little rubber bump stops. The weather stripping, all in good condition. Now this car has all black factory deluxe interior, vinyl interior too. So just as it would have come from the factory. We also have all the seat belts are present in this car, so safety is not an issue here. We do have factory dash. We do have some factory gauges, which includes the speedometer, and we have the tick-tock tack in there as well. We have a factory 4-speed center console, and on that console you have a gauge pod in there that has some white face gauges that include the voltmeter, the water temperature gauge, fuel gauge, and the oil pressure gauge. So you can monitor everything in this car from sitting right here in the cockpit. You've got factory heater controls, heat and AC controls I should say. This does have aftermarket air conditioning on it as well. You have in there also a radio. It looks to be the factory AM radio, but it's a retro sound AM FM radio, and it does have the iPod hookups for it also. So you got a real nice little sound system in there. It's got some kick panel speakers in there, as well as speakers in the rear deck lid there. Again, just everything's real nice. Door jamb U-sills in good condition. Everything just really nice on this car. I'm going to go ahead and close this door up. Door closes nice and easy. We work our way back the car. Again, got the wheel lip moldings, those billet specialty wheels. Again, those are 15-inch wheels, both front and back. And again, you can see the Willwood disc brakes on the back, drilled slotted rotors as well back here. And then we come back here and you notice we have that chrome bumper. So around the back side here of our 68 Camaro SS, we're just kind of looking here. We'll take a peek at the trunk lid here, the gaps and elevations. Everything is really nice on this car. Matter of fact, the guy that owned this car prior to us, he took this car to many shows and he won multiple trophies with this car. So that gives you an idea of the quality of a car it is. We're going to go ahead and open this trunk up, take a look inside. First thing you'll notice in here, the underside of that trunk lid's painted the same as the car, that GM Victory Red. The weather stripping here, all in good shape. No cracks, no tears, real soft and supple yet, so it's probably all new. You've got this trunk mat in here that's in excellent condition. There's no bad spots at all in it. It looks brand new in there. And the trunk itself underneath there, painted up just as it should have been from the factory with that spatter paint for the trunk. I'll go ahead and shut this. Closes real nice and easy. It is locked there. Again, we have the SS gas cap. that nicely chromed rear bumper. Even your taillight bezels here and your trim is all in excellent condition on this car. Now we're in the passenger side. Not a whole lot to say about this that we haven't said over on the other side, so we'll just kind of quickly move up through here. Again, the wheel lip moldings, those billet specialty wheels with the Mickey Thompson Sportsman SR rubber, front and rear. Your gaps and elevations on your door, gaps are real good, elevations are just about perfect. All of your trim, the cladding down the sides of the doors here, your rain gutter molding, all of that in excellent condition. I had mentioned about the passenger side mirror over here. It's there. I'll open this door up too and take a look real quick. Again, inside of this door is finished off real nice, same as the rest of the car. Got little rubber bump stops there on the door. Weather stripping's good. Again, that black deluxe interior. It's even got the little grab handle here on the dash for your passenger. Again, all seat belts are present. So as far as the inside of the car goes, we've already been through all of that, so good to go there. Close that door up, shuts real nice. Again, that stainless molding down the side, the SS emblems on the front fender, as well as the 350 all the way up at the front. Again, you can kind of take a look at the gaps and elevation on the hood there again. All very nice stuff. And as we work our way to the front, you'll see just the beginning of that nicely chromed front bumper. So finally, we've made it to the front now of our 68 Camaro here. Again, you can just take a look at how nice the chrome is on the front bumper. Now they have modern HID lights up front, and those have halos in them. I'll show you those halos too. They run off of LEDs. There's a little button underneath the hood here that you can push to get those to come on. We'll show you those here in just a minute. Again, you take a look at the hood, see how nice that hood fits, your gaps, elevations, everything there on that hood. Just very nice fitment on everything on this car. So we'll go ahead and pop that hood, and we'll take a look underneath here. As I said, there's an awful lot of billet specialty stuff underneath this hood, as well as throughout the car. First thing we notice, the hood. Again, all painted up, that GM Victory Red underneath, very nicely done. We've got back there holding the hood onto the car a set of billet specialties hood hinges back there. Those are very nice pieces back there, very nicely machined. They got the little struts or the shocks in there to help raise the hood. We've got these billet specialty fender braces here also. Just kind of working our way now front to back on the motor. Polished aluminum radiator. Very rare you see one that's polished in these cars, but they went the extra step to do the polished on here, because again, as I mentioned before, it is kind of a show car. They've got polished master cylinder, chrome brake booster back there. We've got the chromed billet specialties air cleaner with the K&N style air filter. We've got a Holley, or wait, no, that is, scratch that. That's a quick fuel carburetor there, dual feed carburetor. We have kind of your stock style ignition, but it is a Pertronix distributor along with an MSD Blaster 2 coil back behind the carburetor there. You've got an Edelbrock Performer aluminum intake. You've got billet specialty valve covers that have been ball milled with the Chevy emblem in them. They've got the PCV valve and a breather on the other one. Again, I mentioned when we were underneath the car, we have this March Performance serpentine drive belt system here. It comes complete with aluminum water pump, chrome alternator. You've got the aftermarket air conditioning, the power steering pump, which the reservoir is chrome as well. All your pulleys are aluminum, obviously. Another nice feature on this car is, I know it's a little hard to see, but we have aluminum heads on this thing. These are the AFR, which is the airflow research heads, and those are 65cc heads on this car. We've got Dynatech headers. A lot of guys go hooker or headman. Dynatech headers, really good headers, and those are ceramic coated. They've got the stainless steel bolts that hold those on too. They've got a set of Taylor 9mm plug wires on there also to deliver the spark better. And on the back side of the radiator you have dual electric fans. All of this is all bolted onto a 355 cubic inch small block Chevy motor. Excellent running machine. Not a complaint about this car at all. I think the person that buys this car is going to have a lot of fun with it. The one thing I did mention that I have not done yet is those halo lights. Down beside your expansion tank, there is a little toggle switch, and if you turn that on, you've got your halo lights there. So it just gives you a nice little look. If you do take it to a show, you can turn those on, and you can literally let those on forever, because again, LEDs do not pull a lot of juice from your battery. So there you go. We'll turn those off. We'll shut the hood, and that's all for our 60 Chevy Camaro SS.